Okay, Kashtuk Bowcraft here. Here's another bow that I just finished up. Actually finished it a few days ago. The name of this bow is Forest Mist. Pulls 55 pounds at 28 inches. It's 68 inches end to end. And what I did with this bow is this is actually an off-the-hand shooter. There's no arrow shelf or arrow rest, but I dished out the arrow pass area so that the bow, even though it's off the hand shooter, still shoots near center shot. And you can see that it's dished out right here, and the palm of your hand fits really nicely into this slightly raised area here. So even though there's no arrow rest on it, it still shoots close to center shot, and it shoots pretty well. Also, too, what I did on this bow that I very seldomly do is I laminated the handle. I had a little piece of walnut left, and I laminated its hickory with walnut and hickory, walnut, hickory, and walnut. Came out really nice. I like the way it came out. And then what I also did as well is I applied a camouflaged backing onto the back of the bow. The backing here, I think, in the camera looks a little brighter than it actually is. It's a nice camo design. I'm not sure what the name of this particular design is, but it looks really cool. When I bought it, I just thought that it would look great on a bow, so it looks really nice. So anyway, what we're going to do, I am going to get the camera set up and take a few shots with it and see how it works. Alright, there's my group. I got this was my third arrow that I shot. I got distracted because I noticed as I drew the arrow back that it was crooked, so it kind of distracted me a little bit. But these are the other three that I shot, so I'd say that's a pretty good group. The bow takes a little bit of getting used to when you're shooting it, because you're shooting off the hand, so it's a little bit different than shooting with a rest, because your hand is always in a slightly different area all the time. But that's the reason why I have it dished out, is so that it can go in the reasonably same place all the time. But anyway, I think that's a pretty good group anyway. Okay, so there you go. We just shot the bow, and shot pretty well. One of the things I like about this bow is, well, one of the things that happens when you shoot off the hand is that a lot of times your hand goes in different. You may not hold the bow in the exact same spot all the time. That's why with an arrow rest you're a little bit more accurate, because you know the arrow is always shot from the same location on the bow. And with an off-the-hand shooter, it takes a little bit more skill, a little bit more practice, because you don't have an arrow shelf and you're just shooting off your hand. Well, the problem with shooting off your hand is that your hand sometimes is in different areas, you know, on the bow when you're holding it. There is a visual clue as to where your hand goes, you know, to the top of the grip here. But the reason why I dished out this area, if you can see it there, is so that your hand, your palm, will fit right in there, and you'll have a more consistent grip as you grip onto the bow, and that way it'll help your arrow alignment and your arrow placement on the arrow pass a little bit more consistent. One of the good things about shooting off the hand is that even if your hand does is not placed on the bow exactly at the right spot, the nock point doesn't get worn out, because if your hand is moving in a different spot, your nock point will you may not be knocking your arrow in the same spot all the time, thus wearing out the threads at one nock point. Another good thing about shooting without a rest is if I realize that my arrow may not be perfectly aligned as I'm drawing it back, I can just lift up my thumb and raise or lower my rest accordingly. Or that's not my thumb, that's my finger. So you could raise or lower your finger so that the arrow will raise or lower to make the sight plane of the arrow will be level. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but that's one of the things that I found while shooting off the hand. But anyway, most of my bows, my personal bows, are off the hand shooters, and I just like this style, that style of bow. So anyway, this bow is for sale, like I said, for $195. Again, it's 68 inches long, 55 pounds at 28 inches. So if you want it, just let me know. Kashtuk Bowcraft. Thank you.